It's about that time again, everybody. Luigi time with me, Brian Saviano. Welcome in. This is one of the newest sets, a part of the August 2021 wave. It's Bowser's Airship. All the information for it you're seeing on screen right now. Going to be taking a very casual overview of this set as the heat is blazing down in the North Shore of Boston, Massachusetts, and the air conditioning still kicking on. So take a tour of Bowser's Airship with me and figure out everything that it has going on with it for yourself. So obviously, this wouldn't be complete without Luigi. So, love that this character exists. I'm going to be having the starter course as a video as well. So make sure that you take a look at that to find out more about Luigi. He does actually not come in Bowser's Airship. It comes with everything that you see here and only these things. So you get Kamik, a pirate Goomba, which is not from an official game, but whatever. You also got a Rocky Wrench. So all these characters are a part of the set, as well as this cannon and Bowser's Airship. So there's a lot to go over. Stick with me as I do my casual overview. No fancy editing, no nothing, just me talking about the set as if I'm in the Lego store showing you this, or just, explaining it to you in general. So let me show you the first of the characters that are exclusive here. You're probably most like, hey, what's that Kamik looking like? And compared to what Kamik actually looks like, it looks kind of weird. It looks weird for a couple of reasons. I've actually had this set for about a month and a half, and it's just not going to stay on the broom. But I've had it for a little while, and I believe the reason it looks so weird is because the hat is a little bit off. You can see on the back there, the hinge is pretty exposed when it comes to the character itself. And the back of it just doesn't look quite on par. It looks very jagged. It doesn't look as round as it should be. Also, the hat is not as large as it should be as well. Kamik's hat is known to really take over the entirety of the front of the character, but in this case, it doesn't really. What I really love about the figure is the printing on the front of the nostrils, the mouth, the eyeglasses. Those are actually printed one by one circular tiles for the eyes right there. So you get to see those. And, for what this is in the art style, I guess it works. This is the Broom, which is cool. There's a interactive tile on the very bottom of that right there. Is it going to focus? Yes, it is. Got to throw the diamonds in the air, of course. But, you see the Broom. There's a barrel on the back to give it that broomstick look. A little bit different than how you would see it in, like, Harry Potter. So, Kamik, or Magic Koopa, whichever you want to roll with, ends up having this translucent stand that you can put really anywhere, but I'm going to put it off to the side for right now. Give you a close-up of this cannon real quick while I'm here. The cannon is a different color warp pipe, pretty much, and it functions very similarly to a warp pipe that you would see in the video games, or rather, actually, in the video games and in the Super Mario, Lego playstyle, where you start the course with this pipe, this, cannon, and you get 90 seconds on the clock. Instead of your standard 60 or sometimes 30, that is a printed sticker already placed on there. Just like with all of the Lego Super Mario sets, none of these interactive bits are printed. They are stickers that are pre-applied on there, so you don't have to worry about messing it up at all. You can be at ease with that. I'll show you the Pirate Goomba real quick, and the Pirate Goomba is not necessarily super duper special, only because it's a standard Goomba print other than the feet, which are actually a custom mold. So if you look at this, there is a walking animation that goes with the Goomba. See if I can actually show. I'll show it like up toward here. Yes, you can kind of see the walking animation like that. It's a little bit difficult for you to see right here. But yeah, you get the idea. It's like walking. The hat does not stay on there as it normally should. You actually kind of boop that off with Luigi or Mario, depending on which one you have. And it doesn't really connect onto there at all. That is a printed 2x2 circular tile for the Bowser hat, which is super cool to see. You actually get a bunch of those in the set because all of these plates right here are those same exact things as well. So they act as little accent pieces to the covers for the cannons on the airship. So the Pirate Goomba's over here, and then Rocky Wrench, as I showed you briefly before. Rocky Wrench, that's the wrong way he's facing, but Rocky Wrench is basically a Monty Mole, except he tosses out wrenches instead. So he's pretty intimidating. He's got the interactive tile on the back. The top of this character doesn't have any sort of printing or anything on there. It's just kind of exposed brick, so you definitely want to keep the ground portion on there. Rather, it's a 4x4 modified tile. I don't know the technical terms for these pieces. I've been in the Lego realm for how many years, and I don't know the technical terms for any of this stuff. But whatever, that's beside the point. The point being, Bowser's Airship is incredibly cool for two reasons. One, it's the most articulate-looking Super Mario playset that has come out in the entirety of the line. So a lot of the sets that have come out have really compromised on the details to accommodate for the Lego Super Mario Play system, where this one generally looks like a good set that you would want to have on display. Bowser's Airship looks like it does from Super Mario Bros. 3, the new Super Mario Bros. Franchise, and just looks good as a display piece on its own, where if they did not have the standard Mario playstyle, stickers on here, it would actually look pretty good even without all of those. You get to see all the details on the back. Those lanterns are actually in a new light bluish stone gray color. And the two Bowser faces on each of the sides are entirely different in terms of the build, but still look really cool regardless. The propellers obviously move, as you can see on the very top, and they also rotate this way. So if you want to have them kind of off-centered or offset a little bit, can rotate like that. So not only do you get Bowser's Airship as you see it right here, but more importantly, you get to see what it looks like as if you were to extend the whole thing. So by taking off these two pieces here, just these two massive interactive ground tiles, which Luigi, by the way, once you turn on Luigi, I'll show you this here. He does register this as an airship environment once it actually registers. There we go. So you can see it's like the planks on an airship for this area, which is super cool. But you take off those two portions, and you can basically extend the entirety of the ship. So you go from new Super Mario Brothers all the way out to Super Mario Brothers 3 with the jagged look on the sides as if it were from the game, which is super cool to see and a very nice detail indeed. So the main play function is you taking down this airship as if it were the boss. So there's 3 separate sections to the ship you have to factor in when you're trying to defeat this boss. No, it does not come with Bowser Jr. or Bowser himself. So the boss is the ship, right? So the 3 portions are as follows. The very front portion here, there's this mast. This one actually pops right off like that, and it almost flew off the table, which is great. But it detaches just like this. You can put that to the side. And there is an interactive tile on the bottom here. So you get to see what that looks like. Bada bang. And you just scan that with Luigi once you start up your level. And you scan that a couple of times as if you would normally in the game mode. And there you go. You get a ton of coins that way. So that's one section down. The middle section here is where it gets a little bit complicated, all right? So pretend you're going through your level. You have your Magic Koopa, you know, all that over there. And then if you're playing with 2-player, it gets a lot easier. But if you're just playing solo, then that's okay too. By the way, this whole section can actually come out. So you can place this really anywhere you want to in your level. But this hand is actually from the new Super Mario Bros. Franchise. There's a device that works like this, where you can basically lift the whole thing up and it kind of catches itself. You can place the golden Bowser hand on here if you can do it correctly by using your eyeballs and coordination. There we go. Those are like macaroni pieces, by the way. I don't know if that's a technical term, but macaroni pieces, you can place that anywhere you want to. So I'm going to place this just in front of the castle, or rather the airship, wish it was a castle, to make it a bit easier for you to see. But you have this here. What you're supposed to do is, as you're jumping through your level, you knock off Magic Koopa, scan Magic Koopa, which, you know, you actually get a little bit of a different sound, as if you jumped into a painting in Mario 64. So that's a little weird. I don't know why they use that sound effect, but whatever. But you go on to the broom after defeating the Magic Koopa, and you actually get a couple coins by floating around, and you have that sound effect as if you're floating around. What you're supposed to do is actually put the broom on this white section down here, like this. And I'm doing this very carefully, too. You're supposed to do this quickly when you actually have a level. But then you rotate. This whole system can rotate down here, right? The whole thing is on a gear system. And then you hit the tip of the broom onto the target. That is a printed target right down there. All right, so this is actually a little bit difficult even for me just doing it casually here. But you hit this, And then, come on, Luigi, cooperate. There we go. And then the hand collapses there. There is the second section of the ship as an interactive tile right there. So you're going to scan that, and that's going to be part 2 of the ship defeated. It actually takes quite a few hits to get that accomplished there, and you get a ton of coins that way too. So that's section number 2, defeated. Now the third section's where it gets a little bit spicy too. So you've noticed I'm actually going to collapse this a little bit and show you the back portion here. So you see the POW block here, which obviously is a little bit of an interactive feature. So if I end up scanning this, I scan that, the POW block goes off, Rocky Wrench is going to pop out of there, get rid of Rocky Wrench, and I guess he takes a couple of hits, so that's interesting. But then you can actually put Luigi or Mario in the very back of the ship as if they were flying the ship, which is not a game that I'm familiar with. But if I end up collapsing this, I can show you a little bit inside of there. You can see that interactive tile. Yeah, you can see it just ever so slightly. So if I pop that in here, there's a special sound that plays as he's flying around here. If you rotate him all about, you can see that the steering wheel pops up. You know, you get some coins that way. So it's meant for you to fly him around your room like, wee, oh, wee. So if you really want to jeopardize damaging your set, I guess you could do that. The third portion of the ship is actually right back here. So there's a gray lever. You press this right here. Actually, I'll show you a little bit. Well, I damaged Luigi. But you end up hitting this right up here. Bam. All right. And then the back Bowser head actually appears a bit more easily. You can see the last of the interactive tiles in the back. So then once you have Luigi, you scan the very back of the Bowser head right there. There you go. Takes a lot of hits to get that done, and you get a lot of coins that way too. So there's that. And you have officially defeated Bowser's airship. It's all complete. You can also see these propellers at the bottom there. I didn't really give you that much notice of that. But you can see the airship right here all extended out. If you hold it with one hand, it is going to bow. So make sure, not like bow, but it's going to start to bend. Even though there's a lot of technic going on inside of here to keep it super stable, it is not entirely stable all the way. So make sure you're not holding it by one hand. Two hands when you're flying this around your house, all right? So there's all of that. As a final test for this airship, in real time, I'm going to go through and see just how many coins I can get if I end up scanning all of the interactive tiles. No, I'm not going to play the game as if it were meant to be played because that would actually take a little bit of a while. But I'm going to light up everything here and see how many coins I can get. This starting poll is actually from the Luigi starter course. It is not included with what you get here. All right? So I'm going to start off with this whole area and see how many coins I get. Now, once you have Luigi inside of the pipe, oh, it actually has a different sound that you can hear there for Bowser's airship, all right? So let's get rid of Rocky Wrench first. Takes a couple shots there. We're going to go with this. Scanning the entire middle section here. A lot of coins. The front section here is going to scan. And that's a lot of hits. All right, the Goomba is now gone. All right. POW block, just to secure that bag. And there we go, flying it around. Oh my goodness, look, Mom, flying Ouija. Whoa, my goodness, wow. Look, Declan, you're having so much fun. Oh my good. All right, so there you go. Gonna fly around. There's an explosion sound once he pops out of there, so I don't know what the deal is with that. This is all in 90 seconds, by the way. He's gonna do this. Wow. Magic Koopa, you're not having any of this nonsense. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Now, one more section at the back here for Bowser's giant gourd. Gonna be defeated. Come on. Get him out of here. Get him out. All right. And just a little bit more. A little bit more. There we go. So all of that has been defeated. Bowser's airship's done, ladies and gentlemen. Get excited. Let's see how many coins I end up getting by the end of it here. That is actually over 100. Whoa, that is 65. I thought it was over 100. No, it's just 65 on this guy. So I had done other videos on this before, and I'm like, man, that doesn't seem like a lot of points for you defeating a boss and doing everything else. There's more effective ways to go about getting more coins, man. And I thought it was user error, which means it was my fault. But it turns out It's not my fault. It just doesn't give you a lot of coins. So if you're looking to do your Super Mario speed run, it doesn't look like Bowser's Airship is going to net you the amount of coins you would think for taking down a massive boss of that caliber. So that's important to keep in mind as you're having the airship here. And obviously, once you're done with it, you can collapse all of it, and there you go. Now, I don't think the vast majority of the fans are going to be buying this to play with it. I think it's going to be one of the first of the Super Mario line that looks great as a display piece, which I think it does. I am very excited to keep this in my background and acknowledge how good it looks, because it does look really great. I think for $100, which is the retail price of it in the US, I think it's a good value for what you get. I would have loved to have had a third propeller on the ship, so make it ever so slightly longer, because all the other toys actually show a third propeller on the airship, because that's just how they look in the games and whatnot. But that's not too much of a complaint that makes me want to not recommend it. And even keeping my fanboy, mind aside, I think it is a pretty good value for what you're getting. But yeah, if you're looking to get a high score with this thing and really deck out your course, this may not be the best thing for you. But, do you care about that much? We'll have to wait and see. So that is my casual overview of Bowser's Airship. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. There's going to be a lot more Lego Super Mario and Luigi reviews in the near future, so make sure you stay tuned and locked in. But until then, have yourselves an amazing day. Keep on meowing it out, and good luck on your courses, all right? Bye.